Brooklyn's Sunset Park Industrial Waterfront has long provided the local community with jobs. Founded by Irving T. Bush in 1890, it was the nation's first integrated manufacturing and warehousing, served by both rail and water transportation. Nearly 25,000 workers were employed every day. Now renamed to Industry City, Bush Terminal was the original name of Sunset Park's industrial waterfront. It was the nation's biggest manufacturer between the First and the Second World War. Tom Murphy grew up in Sunset Park and has seen how the industrial area evolves.
This is where all the material for Europe went from. Everything was shipped out of the Brooklyn Army Terminal, Bush Terminal, and all of that devoted to everything that was being shipped out of New York.
But in 1970s, a lot of jobs moved across the harbor. Most of the complex was left abandoned, just like other industrial areas in Brooklyn. Buildings were decaying, and the waterfront area became unsafe for the local residents. John Sell opened an antique shop on the waterfront 20 years ago and has seen how the area was decaying.
The worm came back that eat wood and the wooden pylons. Month after month, these piers started to collapse, and concrete and steel and things that were left over with trees growing and weeds, and it was terrible. I mean, a lot of kids came down from the neighborhood, would swim in the water over here. I would yell, "This is dangerous. They don't know what's underneath it."
Sunset Park Industrial Waterfront was a part of the once booming Brooklyn's industrial waterfront in the 19th century. But today, due to multiple rezoning and revitalization plans, many of Brooklyn industrial waterfronts are now residential. Austin Nichols and Company Warehouse in Williamsburg, for example, was the largest wholesale grocer in the world, but today, the warehouse is a luxury residential building. Sunset Park, on the other hand, is resisting these changes that are taking over Brooklyn waterfronts. Once the biggest industrial neighborhood in the city, Sunset Park wants to rebuild just that. Jeremy Laufer is the district manager of Community Board 7 that manages Sunset Park.
Our approach is completely different. Our approach is to embrace our industrial area, to hopefully protect our industrial area from additional housing intrusion. We want to make sure that our industry is viable because they are providing jobs for people in this community. If we rezone that area for housing, we're throwing thousands of people in this community out of work. And what sort of housing gets created on the waterfront? It's usually not affordable housing.
The Community Board has spent 15 years to create the 1978 plan that aims to revitalize and preserve the industrial waterfront.
Community Board put together what they call a 197A. Love it. It's very attractive. The whole idea was that the development of the waterfront should include ideas that the community can join into.
The Community Board has long recognized the need to revitalize our waterfront, but we did not want to change it to a housing along our waterfront because it has always provided jobs for this community. It's always been a working class community.
Recognizing that Sunset Park is the #1 walk-to-work community in the city, the Community Board has been trying to bring jobs back to the industrial waterfront through the revitalization project. Industry City, originally part of the Bush Terminal, is undergoing rehabilitation works and is bringing in innovators and new jobs to Sunset Park. Crystal Rivera is Industry City's Director of Community Engagement. She has been engaging the local residents with jobs at Industry City since the past year.
What we see happening here is bringing innovation economy businesses that are going to create good paying jobs for local residents, and that's our main priority. And bringing interesting businesses that are relevant in today's economy and will grow to larger square footage where they can employ more people. I think that's the kind of thing that we're excited about. So we're all in agreement.
Southwest Brooklyn Industrial Development Corporation engages the local community with manufacturing jobs on the waterfront. Justin Collins is its Director of Workforce Development.
We really believe, and the evidence supports, that manufacturing jobs are good jobs, and they can provide a real roadmap to economic mobility. So it works on a variety of levels, keeping the jobs, whether those jobs are old manufacturing, new manufacturing. In our opinion, better for the community than having a bunch of high-end residential going.
The revitalization project of Sunset Park's industrial waterfront proves that revitalization process of industrial area, especially in New York City, can be inclusive and beneficial to the local community.
The change was for the better, not for the worse. If anybody could see what I saw through my eyes 20 years ago, it wasn't nice. But now everybody, the area and the businesses that are coming here are good people going to work, and that's what more can I say?